hearing happens very slowly with a lot of breath, is how I'll put it. And it happens in the depths, and it tends to be very aquatic. So the key is to stay in the location of hearing and not rise up to the location of doing. And I talk about this a lot, and I'll say it a million times the same way Changwell says, get out of suffering, the causes of suffering, and help others get out of suffering. I'll say, open the front door, open the back door. And there'll come a point where it clicks what I mean, because you're fundamentally in the stream of consciousness. You aren't seeing, awareness is seeing. The awareness behind you that's flowing through is seeing you over here. It's a continuum. And so what can happen is it can, in separation, all kinds of things happen in those membranes. A desire to assert what we know, a desire to get an outcome, a desire to not forget, to not forget. There's all of these things that happen as a result of the membrane of separation. So all of the healing happens in the dissolution of that membrane. And the only way that I know to dissolve it is to remain in that. If you are tapped in and tuned in to the place of hearing, that means that you know the aquatic location, emptiness, whatever you want to call it. That means you know it. And so the aim is to be so in love with that place that you wouldn't leave it for anything. You wouldn't leave it for dire conditions. You wouldn't leave it for romance. You wouldn't leave it for asserting your will. You wouldn't leave it for anything. This is your primary lever. You stay in there, and you might miss some opportunities, but those opportunities were meant to be missed. They're meant to continue down the river. And so you are really just part of this river. And it's what's so great. I was just talking to Aubrey about this, is once you make it in, see, making it to it, that's arduous. Once you make it in, then everything is easeful. And all of the wisdom and information. So it's a matter of relaxing into it. And it'll say, you just stay there, and it'll say, speak now. Don't speak now. Take in, emanate out. It's very simple in that way. And that's why, to me, why it's such a joy is it's just simple. And I know that place of being so excited when you hear, like when you get your cochlear implant and you hear for the first time. And I can tell you, my experience is it gets more and more and more fun, because you begin to hear, like she said, you begin to hear a chord, you begin to hear more and more and more strands concurrently. Your mind develops these tracks that can hear, and that's the fun. So what I say to everyone is, anything you want to change out there, change in here. One and the same. And continue to go down, and then develop that attunement and hearing. And I'll give you one other trick. That is, 9 times out of 10, when something urgent wants to move you out, it's a having level about the joy and bliss of being inside. It's like, this is too good. I have to get out of here. I have to go work. The work is over. The work is over. Now it's the being in it.